Hello, my name is Tim, and I want to welcome you to Tim's Reflections from Ohio, a YouTube video series where we've been talking about and reflecting on stories from the Bible, parables that Jesus told, stories he told, and those types of things. Today, our reflection is going to come from Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. Just one verse that we're going to talk about today. Again, Philippians 4, verse 8. And Paul is writing, and he says, "Finally, brethren, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report, if there is any virtue, and if there is anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things." And the question I have for us today is, what do we think on? What do our minds dwell on? Paul says here, he gives us a list of things that are safe and proper, scriptural, we could say, for our minds to dwell on. Things that are noble, true, just, pure, lovely. Things are of good report. Things that are virtuous and praiseworthy. These are things to meditate on. The question for us today is, where are our minds? Are our minds full of the things of the world? Are our minds full of the things on television? If we think of maybe the old sitcoms here in America that were on television many years ago, and run them through this list, were they noble? Were they just? Were they pure? Probably not all of them. They would fall short. Many of the ones I can remember from my childhood would have fallen short here. Are they of good report? Did they have virtue? They would have been missing here. What about what we allow into our minds through music? The music that I listened to when I was young doesn't meet this criteria. It's lacking. It's missing. The virtuous part is a definite one that it's missing. It wasn't noble, it wasn't just, it wasn't pure or lovely. What about the reading? As I'm sure I've mentioned in earlier videos, I love to read. I have books, many books in our home. And the reading that we do, does it meet this criteria? Is it noble? Is it just? Is it pure? Is it lovely? Is it of good report? We need to make sure that what we allow into our mind, whether it be through television, whether it be through the books we read, music we listen to, even our conversations that we have with other people, does it meet this criteria? Are the conversations that we have, are they noble? Are they just? Are they pure? Are they lovely? Are they of good report? We may have to clean up our conversations. We may have to clean up the thoughts that we have in our mind. What about the thoughts that we have in our mind? Does it meet this criteria? This is serious stuff. God expects us to be separate from the world, not to be caught up in the world, not to be part of the world, but he expects us to be his agents in the world. And we can't do his will. We can't do his bidding. We can't obey him fully when our minds are full of things that don't meet this criteria here. I'm going to leave it there. This will be a short reflection, just something for us to think about, to pray. Where are our minds? What do we think on as we go through the day? If we're at work, we're driving the car, what is going on in our minds in those situations? Think about it. Pray about it. Ask God to show you what needs to be changed, what needs to be cleaned up, I guess, so to speak, in our lives. And then whatever he shows you, act on it. Move forward. Obey him. And he will bless abundantly. We have read or shared in earlier reflections some stories of powerful answers to prayer. God will be there for us. If he sees that we are sincere, if he sees that we are striving to be obedient, if we are turning away from the world and we are cleaning up our minds, cleaning up our thoughts, he will be there and he will bless us abundantly. Well, that's it for the reflection for this week. As always, if you've been blessed, please hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment. Those are always a blessing to me. And remember this, don't ever forget this. God loves you. He loves you so much that he sent his son to die on that cross all those years ago just for you and for me. Thank you so much for viewing. Have a blessed week.